welcome to another video. In this one we will be packing for another very long trip. It is currently December and we're doing kind of what we did last year where we're going to Florida and then going to Jamaica immediately after. So we'll be away for exactly 15 days. So have to be strategic in packing in order to make sure that we are, one, not overweight with our luggage, two, that we can fit everything in one luggage or at least like have one checked bag and then maybe a carry-on, and three, just not overpack like we normally do. I tried to be a little bit more organized this time around and I created a note. It basically goes through the itinerary if there is anything like that I know we have to do throughout the days that we're there, and then it goes into the list of things that I need to bring with me. Definitely trying to be a little bit more organized this time and actually like plan it out, because I feel like last time I definitely had a lot of things left over and I don't want to have that again. Of course, added benefit with us going to Florida first is that we'll be staying with family, so we can definitely just do laundry while we're there. We don't need to bring an outfit for every single day. We can definitely mix and match as much as we need to. It is currently 6:51. My goal is to be done packing in at most 2 hours, which I think is being very ambitious if you know me. Most times it will take me all night, but our flight is tomorrow morning. We do have to leave here at about 6:30. I think that's when we have our lift scheduled. So I do want to get some sleep before we go, since it is an early morning flight, and I probably will sleep on the plane, but that's not the point. I definitely just want to get some sleep tonight. That way I'm not dragging through the day tomorrow. Gonna get started now, currently in the room where we keep our luggage, so that way I can grab what I need from here and then take it back downstairs, so that way I can start going through my actual clothes and going through my handy dandy little list. If you have any tips on how to not be an overpacker, I feel like I've gone through all the Reddits and the different like websites and stuff that talk about like traveling in like one bag or traveling in just a carry-on, which that all sounds fine, but I feel like you do definitely have to like sacrifice a lot of things and it just doesn't fit me. Meaning I would prefer if I could have a little bit of variety, be a little bit more fashion forward. I understand that, you know, some people's approach is very minimal, but that's just not my style. I do understand being like efficient though, and I think that's part of the issue that I've been having with my packing strategy is I'm not efficient. Hopefully this list that I have here is efficient enough where I do have like multiples of items where I can mix and match and still feel like I'm putting a brand new outfit together and not feeling like I'm re-wearing things the entire time. I also do have the benefit of having both of my Rent the Runway orders going directly to our family's house in Florida. So that's also what, 10 additional outfits potentially, depending on how I place my order, which I can be smart enough where I can definitely have things in there that's like coats or like the heavier things that I'm probably not gonna need for Jamaica. I think I'll be okay. I think I can definitely pull this off in one suitcase, not overweight, and be done packing in 2 hours. So this is the suitcase that I'm going to attempt to put everything in. It is a CalPack. I think most of our suitcases are CalPack. I think we just fell in love with CalPacks. One, the prices are pretty reasonable. Two, you can find them at TJ Maxx, Marshalls. And three, the inside is pretty cool, or at least like I like how it's organized. It's not one of those suitcases where it's just like too empty, like hollow shell. I don't know how to explain that, but it actually has compartments. So for someone like me, ignore, it's clearly a little dirty because we've used it quite extensively, but it has a little zipper mesh part here that we can put stuff in, and then like the two bigger, what happened? Little pouches here, and then this bigger part unzips to the rest of the suitcase, and then on the other side is just like the hollow side with a little pouch for like stuff to go in, and of course you can unzip this part, add things in there if you need to, whatever. So pretty spacious, and they lasted us, I would say, years at this point. So the true test is going to be seeing if everything that I'm planning can fit in just this suitcase. I do have one that's bigger and I really just don't want to bring that bigger one. No, we're gonna be good. We're not gonna bring the bigger one, we're gonna use this one. And then I will have a carry-on for anything that is super important to me or valuable by any means. So like my cameras, my laptop, stuff like that. Any shoes or purses that I'm bringing that I don't want to put into my checked bag or toiletries or whatever. I will have this carry-on with me, and then also like a regular personal bag, like a little shoulder bag or something, tote with all the stuff that I would want to grab more immediately when I'm on the flight. Definitely want to be able to get some work done while I'm on the plane and also blog. So I'm gonna need to have like stuff just like nearby so that I can do that. But yeah, this will be at least my starting framework for packing, and then I'm hoping that at least a little tote bag that I have, it'll be as light as possible, so that way I can just keep the essentials in there. Everything can fit in here that I need to have on the plane with me, and then like everything else can go in here. So I just hit the stopping point for all of my clothes, which only took me about 30 minutes total, which isn't bad, maybe 45. And so before I move on to shoes, I'm gonna do a quick like scan of everything that I set aside clothing wise. I think I'm in a good spot. It doesn't feel like too much. I am looking at some things like, do I really need it? But it's just, I have a couple just in case items, nothing too crazy. So now when I do shoes and like handbags, accessories and all that stuff, it should be a lot easier because everything I did was things I can mix and match. I'm also saving a lot of room for where rent the runway. So I think that's actually what's helping me right now. So I think I've tackled everything that would technically go into the bigger suitcase. I'm gonna go grab my compression cubes to start folding and putting everything in, see how that fits. And then of course my shoes. I feel like I have too many shoes, but it is what it is at this point. I'm gonna take a quick break though, because I am hungry. I realized I didn't eat dinner. So BRB. Okay, 8 pair of shoes now excessive. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, now I'm gonna start packing everything that I have already laid out so that I can see if everything fits. If it doesn't fit, we'll see. space to put one more, probably like either a makeup or toiletry bag right here. And then I can get started on the carry-on, which is gonna have my purses, shoes, and then the random little things. But I think we're officially done with the check bag. No judgment, but I had to switch. I think it just makes more sense for me to use the bigger one, where everything can fit in one side, basically all my packing cubes, and then I can have this side for basically all my shoes. And maybe some additional stuff, but that at least frees up more space in my carry-on, and then I can rearrange as needed. But at least to get there, if everything can fit in this one bag, then I know I'm good.